Hello, everyone, and welcome to another BTSE Twitter Spaces AMA. I'd like to introduce myself before we get started. My name is Melissa, and I'm the head of content here at BTSE. For those of you who haven't heard of BTSE, we're a leading global crypto exchange and B2B white label solutions provider. We offer both spot and futures trading, as well as staking products and easily accessible fiat on and off ramps. We're always on the lookout for exciting projects with great potential to list as we strive to provide this experience for our users. First off, thank you everyone for joining in and taking part in today's AMA with TomoChain. I'm excited to welcome our guest for today, who's Lek, a growth specialist at TomoChain. He'll be talking to us about TomoChain and the project's roadmap for the future. Hey, Lek, great to meet you.
Hey, thanks for having me on today.
Yeah, and so let's start off. Let's welcome Lek to this Twitter space. And could you just tell us a little bit about yourself? I know things have happened a lot since the last time we had a session with you back in March. So
Yeah, sure.
we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, great, thank you. I'm Lak. I'm a growth specialist at TomoChain. I've got a background in robotics engineering, and I've been in the crypto space for just over 6 years now, and I've been with TomoChain for more than 2 years. Initially, my journey with TomoChain began as a product manager. That's where I spearheaded the development for the decentralized grants program, Tomo Master DAO. And today, my focus has shifted towards driving the network to new heights, leveraging the exciting changes that have unfolded throughout this year.
Right, and thanks for that introduction. We're looking forward to hearing what you guys are up to. Could you just tell us about TomoChain and share what TomoChain and this project is all about?
Yeah, of course. TomoChain stands as a scalable layer one blockchain. It excels in achieving remarkable transaction speeds, all while upholding the principles of decentralization. So this network has full compatibility with the Ethereum Virtual Machine, making it a seamless playground for developers. And from its inception, our blockchain was architected with a focus on security measures and fostering decentralization. So our journey began with an ICO on Ethereum back in March 2018. And by December of the same year, we successfully made the transition to our very own mainnet. Since that moment, our mainnet went live. It has maintained a robust track record, boasting 100% uptime.
Well, 100% uptime since 2018 is pretty impressive. So along those same lines, around how you guys started, what did you think was lacking in the crypto system, the crypto ecosystem, and how does TomoChain intend to fill that void?
Yeah, interesting. Our primary challenge revolved around tackling the issues of scalability, cost, and transaction speed. So, for context, as we approached the end of 2017, Ethereum was experiencing severe network congestion. Gas prices soared to unprecedented heights, and transactions were stuck for hours in processing queues. There's always comes a trade-off in efficiency when it comes to decentralized networks, and this is something that we wanted to address. We recognized that to drive widespread adoption, we needed a smart contract platform that was not only cost effective, but also lightning fast and scalable.
Yeah.
This is precisely where TomoChain steps in to bridge that gap. Our network boasts near zero gas fees, 2 second block time, and capacity to process up to 2,000 transactions per second. The tech that drives that powerful performance is in our novel consensus mechanism that's known as proof of stake voting. So the innovative system relies on a set of up to 150 master nodes, each governed by users who actively stake their assets to those nodes. So this allows masternode owners and stakers to earn passively while also simultaneously increasing the security of the network.
Right, thanks, Lak. That was quite informative. And we've had a chance to catch up with you last in March this year. And could you give us an update about how things have progressed for TomoChain since then?
Absolutely. So we've had some pretty big news since we last spoke.
Yeah.
Coin98 has recently strategically invested in TomoChain. That's a massive boost on the infrastructure level. So to put it simply, we're utilizing Coin98's resources and network to strengthen TomoChain, and it's all aimed at revitalizing the ecosystem and making it dynamic again. In the coming months, you can anticipate a closer relationship between TomoChain and Coin98, and we'll be working hand in hand to achieve even greater success together.
Thanks, Lak. That's quite an exciting update indeed. And so, in your own words, what do you think is TomoChain's main value proposition in the blockchain industry?
Yeah. So at TomoChain, our values and focus are not just on numbers. It's about creating real-world value and utility. So as we envisage TomoChain being at the forefront of driving adoption across diverse sectors, we aim to offer use cases that span from consumer apps, DeFi, NFTs, GameFi, and beyond. So our vision is to position TomoChain as the blockchain for mass adoption. We aim to simplify the complex world of blockchain and crypto, making it a space where anyone can confidently step in. One of the steps we're taking to achieve this goal is providing Tomo liquidity on prominent centralized exchanges like BTSE, ensuring that Tomo becomes more visible and accessible to everyone. We're also taking steps to bridge the gap between Web 2 and Web 3 users. We're creating channels to onboard those users that are unfamiliar with the crypto space through social login methods, just to name a few.
Well, having high aspirations is certainly the fuel for innovation. But speaking of these high-reaching goals, let's delve deeper. Like, what potential does TomoChain hold for Web3 users and builders?
So we are putting quite a big effort to address our community's needs, whether you are a user or whether you're a builder. So revitalizing our community is very high up on the agenda. We want our users to feel engaged, excited, and connected. To achieve this, we're planning engagement activities and contests that will offer TomoChain users a chance to actively participate and experience the vibrant TomoChain ecosystem. We have just rolled out the Tomodachi program to get users involved in the content creating process. Applications are still open, so if you do want to get involved in that, check out the details on our Twitter and consider an application there. On top of that, we are bringing more top quality projects to the ecosystem. So we want our users to be able to explore a rich ecosystem that can meet all of their needs. And in regards to builders, we're putting a strong focus on developer relations. So we understand that developers are a crucial part of our success. To attract top-tier Web3 talent and foster innovation, we're planning to host meetups and hackathons. By doing so, we aim to cultivate a thriving developer community, and that will help propel the TomoChain ecosystem forward. TomoChain also offers unique technological advantages that will appeal to builders. We just rolled out the TRC25 token standard, and this is an update of the TRC21 standard. This is going to allow users to pay for transaction fees in the traded token instead of the native blockchain token, right? So, for example, if I want to transact a token on TomoChain, say Lua, I will pay those transaction fees in Lua instead of paying them in Tomo, right? So if you can imagine the same thing on Ethereum, if I want to transfer a token on Ethereum, I don't need to pay that token in ETH. I can pay that in the actual token. So I think this is a big step forward for driving mass adoption. It simplifies requirements for users to get started in Web3 and can also be a useful tool for projects looking to launch new initiatives. All in all, we're pretty excited about these initiatives, and we're dedicated to creating a vibrant and innovative future for our users at TomoChain.
Wow, so with such a vibrant and expansive vision for your users and developers alike, it's evident that the heart of TomoChain beats strong. So on that note, let's just shift the focus a little bit and tell me, like, could you share what role does the core team at TomoChain play in the ecosystem building, and what is your strategy?
Yeah, sure, of course. So we believe that it's vitally important for the core teams to set up the necessary infrastructure to create an environment for organic growth outside of the core team. So building robust blockchain infrastructure is a critical step. It enhances trust, security, and transparency within our ecosystem. And by focusing on this foundation, we're setting the stage for long-term growth and innovation. So one of our growth strategies involves onboarding a select group of top-notch protocols that share our passion for building and innovating. These protocols will contribute to enriching our ecosystem, bringing new use cases, and enhancing the overall user experience. By expanding our ecosystem with high-quality protocols, we're laying the foundation for a vibrant, versatile, and robust blockchain ecosystem. We want TomoChain to be a hub where developers, entrepreneurs, and visionaries collaborate to create solutions that genuinely impact industries and people's lives.
So, yeah, building a robust infrastructure certainly lays the groundwork for promising horizons. As we've navigated the foundation and strategy, let's now set aside to its future. So, what are your future plans? Are there any exciting partnerships or events coming up for TomoChain?
Yeah, so we have plenty of exciting announcements coming up. So one of our recent milestones was the launch of Tomo Foundation. This is a non-profit organization, and it's dedicated to nurturing the growth and prosperity of the TomoChain ecosystem. Tomo Foundation is a reflection of our unwavering dedication to creating an environment that fosters innovation, collaboration, and inclusivity. Our team has been collaborating with exchanges such as yourself to give a boost to liquidity. We're also going out in full force on the business development end to create new partnerships. So we're focusing on areas like bridges, Oracle solutions, RPC capabilities, and even node operation as well. These collaborations are set to further elevate our ecosystem and enhance the TomoChain experience. We've got an accelerator program launching soon as well. We've just rolled out the Tomodachi program, and there's a string of integrations in the pipeline as well. So this is just a taste of the updates that we have coming up. You have to keep following on the channels to stay up to date with all of those.
Right, thank you. And with so many promising endeavors on the horizon, it's clear TomoChain is charging ahead with gusto. And I'm secure to take questions from the audience. Just one last query from my end. Could you please share the best ways for the community to learn more about TomoChain and the project?
Yeah, of course. So if you want to learn a little bit more, you can check out our website to learn about us, tomochain.com. Twitter is always a great way to stay up to date with the newest developments. All of our announcements are going to be coming out on there, a lot of partnerships, integrations, that sort of thing. We've also got Telegram as well, where you can really engage with the core team if you need to. And we've recently just launched a Discord, and that Discord has international channels, got Persian channels, we've got some Turkish channels as well, and we're opening up a few more as well. So you can pop over there as well. We've got some competitions running in there, and we'll find a link to all our socials as well below. So.
Great, thank you, Lak. So I'm sure our listeners have a number of questions for you, and we're going to start the live Q&A session now. So if anyone has any questions, please raise your hands on this for the space.
I'm audible.
Hi, Nora. Have you got a question today?
So my question to Tomachin was like, can you tell us like what are some of the sustainability plans you've put it in place to ensure the project longevity? Because so far I've been following Tomachin, and it has been a great success so far. So can you please enlighten us about it?
Yeah, great. So that was about sustainability plans for the future. So the crypto space it's a very fast and evolving space. So those that have been around know that it can be difficult to stay relevant. You need to be quite aggressive in your strategies to be able to stay at the forefront and stay at the limelight. So this is one thing that we're really focusing on, and especially to do with partnerships and especially to do with exchange listings. The more easily that you can get tokens in the hands of people, the more native tokens that we can get in our users' hands, the more rich the ecosystem will be over time. So as long as we can get those users, native Tomo, in their hands, and then they can actually start exploring what there is on the ecosystem. You know, they can trade NFTs, they can trade tokens on exchanges as well, and yeah, use all of the dApps within the ecosystem. So we're really trying to strive for partnerships, interoperability, bringing liquidity to the network, and then really strengthening our partnerships.
All right, thank you very much. So from the website, meaning like I saw that you already partner with some projects already. So you have plans to expand the partnerships.
Yeah. So you can keep following along, and you'll see we've got plenty of announcements coming up, and we'll share those shortly with you.
All right.
Thanks, Nora.
Okay. Yeah. Just one more question. Where can I get more info about the team behind Chain projects?
Oh, so you can jump on our website, tomochain.com. You can also follow us on Twitter. Those are some of the best places to learn about it. You've also got a lot of resources as well. Like people have made a lot of videos about the network, are easily digestible. If you really want to, you can dive deep and read the white paper. It's quite easy to understand. It's written quite well. So there's a bunch of different resources depending if you want something technical or whether you want something more sort of on the lighter end. There's a few different options for you.
All right, thank you very much.
Great, thank you, Nora.
Thank you, Nora.
Okay. Great. Okay.
We have time for the next question now.
Okay, let's go with Omega.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, yes, we can hear you, Omega. Please go ahead with your question.
Okay, thank you. So my question is, I just want to know for TomoChain, can you tell me like what are some of the plans TomoChain has to actually attract more users into using the chain in the near future? And I just want to know like does TomoChain actually have plans on actually integrating like NFTs on its blockchain?
Yeah, sure, of course. So thanks for your question here, Omega. So in terms of getting users in to the network, we're really focusing on onboarding a lot of Web2 users. So it's really at this stage a little bit of an untapped market. We're trying to make it a lot easier to onboard those users. So one of the things that we're going to be looking into and made progress on is social logins for crypto wallets. So actually allowing people to log in with socials into the network and then be able to have very easily managed wallets. And then that's going to be a very easy entry progress into it, right? The other thing is also the TRC25 token standard. So this is something that I spoke a little bit about earlier. And essentially, this is allowing users to transact tokens, but not need the actual native token in their wallet. So if you can imagine a new project that's about to launch, they can airdrop tokens, they can run competitions, they can drop these tokens into people's wallets, right? And then have them straight away using their dApps. They don't need native Tomo in their wallet to be able to actually start interacting with those dApps, right? So we're trying to ease the roadblocks to try and get more and more people in, right? On top of that, we're also onboarding quality protocols as well. So actually having more for people to use on the network itself as well. Then you've also got the other side, which is exchanges, right? So we really want to get more native Tomo into people's hands. And all of these things are going to be things that work together to build our user base up, right? And in terms of NFTs, we do have a bunch of NFT infrastructure already out. There are a few NFT marketplaces, and there are going to be some big NFT marketplaces joining us as well. The NFT space is set to flourish very, very soon, coming up on the network. Yeah, so I hope that answers your question there, Omega.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank you.
Omega.
All right, thank you. Great. So
And
yeah.
question 3 now. Anyone, please raise your hands on Twitter Spaces.
Okay, great. Let's go with Monk.
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Hi, yes, I can hear you, Monk.
Okay,
What's
so
your question today?
yeah, so my question is about scalability. I just want to know how do you intend to like solve scalability issues when there is a surge in users' activities in TomoChain in the future now? Like how do you intend to like solve this kind of problem that comes up here?
Yeah, exactly. So scalability is one of the major roadblocks of decentralized networks, right? You have a trade-off with decentralization. You have a network that isn't necessarily controlled by single authorities, but there are trade-offs in doing that, and scalability is one of those things, right? With what we've done at TomoChain, we've designed in the consensus mechanism itself, we've designed it to be robust towards scalability, right? So we can process up to 2,000 transactions per second, and we have a 2-second block time, right? So at the moment, the network isn't even close to coming up to reaching the capacity of that network yet. And so part of the power of it is the proof of stake voting, right? So it's a proof of stake consensus mechanism. Also, with a bit of governance in there as well. So those masternodes, there can only be 150 max masternodes, and they are actually voted by users that stake to those nodes, right? Having those 150 nodes, it means that we can reliably have uptime for the network. They're all spreading. If some of those nodes go down for any reason, we've got other nodes that can fill in the void. So the network is stable, and then we can also, process those high transaction speeds as well. So at the moment, the network is probably far from actually reaching its limits. And yeah, we're in a good position to bring on mass adoption with what we've got.
All right. My last question about your smart contract. I just want to know, like, for your smart contract, like, how secure is it from hacks? Like, most currently, there are hacks currently in most projects. So, can you just give us tips on how secure is your smart contract from hacks?
Yeah, sure. So because TomoChain is EVM compatible, any smart contract for any EVM network will be able to be used on here. So it obviously depends on the person that is writing the DApp. That is going to be how secure the network actually is here. And this is why you have things like auditing, right? So if any project wants to build a DApp, write a smart contract for their DApp, having an audit is always a very good option for that, and that will help with security. And it's basically us as the layer 1 blockchain provides the platform, right? So the network itself is secure through the consensus mechanism, and anyone writing those dApps, writing the code for those dApps, they're the ones that will actually be writing the smart contracts, if that makes sense.
All right. Thank you for the clarification.
You're welcome. Thanks for your question. Great. So let's move on to question 4. Great. Let's see who's got their hands up. Okay, let's go with Zach. Hi there. What's your question today, Zach?
Thank you. So my question is, I want to know, like, can you tell me more about the team behind TomoChain? And I want to know, can you tell me, like, where do you see TomoChain in the next 5 to 6 years from now?
Yeah, sure. So long-term vision is always something very, very important to think about, right? Long-term vision is how you come up with your plans now. Very, very important step, right? In coming up with how you're going to progress the network forward. So this is where the balance between decentralization and what the core team needs to do comes in. So we envisage ourselves as the blockchain for mass adoption, right? We've got a lot of the scalability issues solved. Our transaction fees are almost zero, right? We're a perfect bed for actually operating a lot of really, really efficient crypto transactions. So with us, we really see ourselves as a mass adoption blockchain for the future. And what we're doing right now to try and do that is onboarding top protocols, starting an accelerator program, and we're working with big partners to try and get big changes and big innovations happening on the network. So in 5 or 6 years' time, we see ourselves in the top blockchains.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Great, thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Zach.
Okay, let's get one question from Mr. Fizz. Hi there, Mr. Fizz.
Hello.
What your question?
Good day, everyone. In the crypto space, marketing is very important for the success of any project. What are your marketing strategy, and how are you sure that it will be success even in this bear market?
Great. So in terms of marketing, it is very important to make sure that your project is known and stays relevant over time, right? And one thing that we're really focusing on is, especially in the business development department, is making a lot of partnerships, right? Making a lot of really big partnerships with big protocols, big exchanges, big protocols, right? That's one thing that is going to elevate TomoChain's position in the ranks, right? The more big partnerships that we have, the more successful marketing campaigns that we run is one thing that we're trying to do to boost that side of the marketing. The other thing that we're trying to do is it's very important to get on the grassroots level with marketing, right? We want to have our community engaged and feeling a part of the community, that they're willing to share the brand that we create and the ecosystem that we create. This is one thing in the Tomodachi program that we're really trying to excel at and trying to do. We want to get users involved in the content making process, right? We want to have them share their interests about the network in a way that is engaging, and then that will help the network grow organically, right? So if we have those users actually involved in the creation process, then now we're starting to create a really rich ecosystem where the users are happy to be there, they're excited to be there, and they're talking about our project, right? And they're really engaged, right? So we're trying to do things up on the higher level and on the ground roots level in terms of our marketing.
Okay, thanks. Can I ask one more question?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. What are the benefits when buying and holding your tokens for a long-term period of time?
Yeah, sure. So as with anything, right, there's obviously risk in investment, but what we can offer at TomoChain is a secure network that has high transaction speeds, strong usability, strong tokenomics. At the moment, I think one thing that's very beneficial that I haven't spoken about yet about TomoChain is our supply dynamics, right? We launched back in 2018 now. The majority of our tokens are actually already circulating. We have almost 98% of our supply is already circulating, right? So you can compare it to other projects that have only 30-40% of their token supply circulating, right? We're not going to have that sell pressure coming in the future, right? So a lot of our supply is already inside the market, and I think it's a really, really solid point going forward. I think the other thing is we're at an undervalued level as a layer 1 solution, right? We have 100 million max supply, 98% already in circulation, and a stack of ecosystem growth and listings coming up and protocols coming on. I think it's just a really good time to be in the TomoChain ecosystem. You can stake your tokens at the moment for up to about 13 or 14%. And yeah, there's plenty going forward at the moment, and would welcome you to joining our ecosystem.
Thanks. Really appreciate for TomoChain. Best of luck.
You're welcome. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Mr. Fizz. And that brings us to the wrap. That's a wrap for the Q&A segment of this AMA. So, have you got any last words for our listeners?
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone for listening in today, and thank your team over at BTSE for having me on today to have a talk about TomoChain. And for those that are new to the ecosystem, we welcome you with open arms. Come and see what we have to offer. I think you'll be impressed. So.
All right, thank you so much, Lak, for taking the time out to join in this AMA, and we've learned a lot about TomoChain and your roadmap, and look forward to many more great things from you guys in the near future. And that's a wrap for the Twitter Spaces segment of this AMA. To everyone who's tuned in, all the AMA prize winners will be announced on Gleam by 6 p.m. GMT+8. If you see your name on the winners list, please message us with your details. To everyone else who's listening, thanks again for tuning in, and please follow TomoChain and BTSE on Twitter to stay up to date with our latest developments. Thank you for attending this BTSE TomoChain AMA, and we look forward to seeing you on BTSE. For more details on how to join BTSE, please visit www.btse.com or download the BTSE mobile app from the Google Play Store or App Store. Thank you, and have a swell week ahead, everyone. Thank you, Lak, and everyone here.
Don't miss out on the latest updates and insights from BTSE. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on other social media platforms. Find the links in the description box below and stay connected with us today.